He's back, Dan.
Pap
Pappenhausen is back.
You know who else is back for you?
Who? Woody! Hey, well, welcome back to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by our good friends at Top Sport. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Dan and I are on an absolute roll in the tips as well, just quietly. Dan, what a weekend of rugby league.
What a weekend of
rugby league.
We
can
finally
say it.
got rid of all the dross.
Yeah.
We've taken care of all of the rubbish, and only the elite remain.
All the dreck is now not festering onto your TV.
Should make us popular in the comments.
Yes. Now, before we get into it,
Yes.
obviously we've gone, do you remember back in the days where they only showed the Channel 9 game and the 4 o'clock Sunday game, and then Foxtel came along and you started getting the other games, right? Is it worth Foxtel and Channel 9 turning around and going, let's just go back to Channel 9, 8 o'clock on a Friday and 4 o'clock on a Sunday, and only having the elite teams
Just the 4 or 5 good teams?
Or just have two competitions.
Well, look, we'd never see the Sharks.
Have promotion and relegation.
Yeah, I like where you're going
Top
on
8,
this.
bottom 9.
I think we need to discuss this.
PVL, send us an email. Now, let's get into it, because a couple of teams really annoyed me this week.
Oh.
Really, really annoyed me. Now, I'm going to start off with the Tigers, right?
Oh, well, the change.
I know it's easy to kick them when they're down.
Fun too.
Really fun. But there was a really slight chance of them avoiding the wooden spoon this week. Now, when you saw that Newcastle team get named against the Dragons, okay, maybe you thought, all hope's gone for us. However, when you see that Manly team named, I didn't look at that and go, there's 50 points in them.
Oh, definitely not. No.
I probably looked at that Manly team and said, if they're lucky, they'll get to 20. And I looked at that Tigers team and just thought, if they can just show a little bit of spark and a little bit of heart, like the last couple of weeks they've been really unlucky, go and get themselves a nice win off the crossbar, literally off the crossbar. Got them just over the line. You want to avoid the wooden spoon at all costs, and you go up and you dish that out, and then you've got to turn to your fans and go, well, support us in 2024, by the way, be a member. We've got no players coming in. Our coach hired himself, then sacked himself. We've got Benji. What is there to look forward to?
Well, I wouldn't want to be the guy who had to make the phone calls next week to say, hey, you're renewing your membership. Because I guarantee if he rang me, I would be saying, no, thank you.
Yeah.
In not so nice words. I feel sorry for fans like young Lockie, and Courtney, who's a great friend of the show, who takes her son to every game. She doesn't support this team. She has to put up with that week in, week out.
Yeah.
And you got guys like Justin Pascoe and these other flips in there, like Chris Minn's hairstyles and their suits
and
going.
His fedora.
Yeah, going, we'll be sweet. It's all right. We're not going anywhere. And they dish that crap out week after week after year after year.
Even a good friend of the show, Brendan, he took his son to the game where they beat the Dolphins, and he's like, this is the first time he's celebrated in like 3 years.
Yeah,
how do you keep coming? I don't know. And as I say, it was a slight chance that you can go and win. You can go and avoid the wooden spoon, and you rely on Newcastle to do you a massive favour. And you dish that up,
They
man.
got battered by a team missing $2.5 million worth of stars or something.
Yeah.
You had their third string fullback run rings around him. I really like that.
He's
Kohler,
really
by the way.
good.
And I'll
you
tell
see
you
why
what,
Rugby Union's throwing money at him.
DCE had a great game. Ola Kawatu, of course. These aren't bad players, but I mean, you got 50 points when you're supposedly fighting for your life. Miss me with that, Tigers.
Now, next team, you wanted to put them on there. I'm a little bit about
I do.
this one. South Sydney. Mm-hmm. Now, look, when Rory Hargraves was suspended, Joey Manu was ruled out, you kind of thought, all right. But, everything just went against them. Blake Taaffe with the injury, but they gave up.
They gave up in front of...
16-12, they had all the momentum, and they dropped the ball, and that was it.
They were Gonskis. The Roosters were on their last legs. There was they say huge crowd. I'll say mediocre crowd, to be honest. More on that later. They had it all to play for. These are supposed they're bitter, hated blood rivals, and you dish that up with the finals on the line. And then you had players like Cam Murray and Damon Cook going, we gave it our all and we'll be better next year. I don't think you did, and no, you won't. Demetrio, I'll leave it at that for now.
Yeah, at 16-12, it was 16-6 when they scored their beautiful try. Make it 16-12, Michael Cheekham crosses for his first try as a Rabbitoh. And They get all the momentum. The Roosters are making error upon error. They were done.
They couldn't get out of their own 30.
They couldn't play the ball properly.
No,
they played the ball sideways.
Yeah, it was there for South, and they just said, "No, we couldn't be bothered this year."
They packed up. Billy Smith as well. A great redemption story from him. He's had a career year. Hopefully, he gets paid in the off-season.
Are they the only two teams that let their fans down?
No. The North Queensland Cowboys.
Now
this is much deserved because their fans have been running their mouth when they shouldn't be.
All season long.
For far too long. Far too long.
Slap them down, Terry. Give them the what's what.
Now, again, you're fighting for your life, right? You have to go to Penrith and you have to put in an effort knowing that a win costs Penrith the minor premiership and gets you playing finals footy. Now, you'd be going to Newcastle where you kind of... I don't know if you'd fancy yourself, but...
Doesn't matter.
Two teams match up against each other, right? Pretty well. And you dish that up.
They were deplorable.
26-0 at half-time.
They weren't in it. They were never in it. At least the other teams you mentioned, Souths were in it. The Tigers...
No, they were never in it.
But they just were not in it.
Nah.
Now, I tweeted out a stat pre-game that actually got some major traction. And I said, look, I'm not having a shot here at Dylan Edwards, but he's got 8 try assists. Scott Drinkwater's got 27. My point was, these guys are very different players, and one is probably a little bit more dangerous than the other on the night. Now, Scott Drinkwater went out of his way to make me look stupid, and thanks for that, Scotty. But people came in flying.
I was one of them.
Yeah, which is absolutely fine. 27 try assists. Who's got the better halfback?
Yeah, look, I get it. Scott Drinkwater had 27 try assists, but when he lets in 4 a game...
That's fine, but he had to go so far. They're relying on your fullback, not your halfback. Okay, now I know fullbacks play a big role these days, but the first player you should look at, if you're in trouble, to get you out of trouble, is your halfback. And we've seen everyone to a man say, why did we sign this bloke?
Oh,
I told you so.
Don't worry, I'll be going onto the Cowboys forum and throwing all the comments out about Chad Townsend.
Let him have it.
But again, it's like the senior players that you were looking to step up, like I've never seen Tom Dearden play so bad.
He was tripe.
We've seen Chad Townsend play this bad.
Reece Robson
had an absolute stinker. Ruben Cotter.
Peter Hiku.
Yeah.
He couldn't get to England quick enough.
Yeah, he's crap. Tormalolo is a shell of himself. Like I thought during their run that they had that Todd Payton had found the formula for Jason Tormalolo. He hasn't.
He forgot.
Yeah, he's forgotten or whatever it is. So those teams there, I'm glad you're not playing finals football.
Embarrassing.
You don't deserve it. Now, another team that annoyed me, but not to this extent here, but the Brisbane Broncos, right? Yep. And just the arrogance that they showed for this final game of the season. Now, I get it. Reynolds was injured. Paragon was injured or rested or whatever they're saying it is. But to then go ahead and continue your rest because you don't want to play Melbourne, apparently. You don't want to play Melbourne. But do you want to win the minor premiership? It was up there. They ran out past the JJ Gilton and Shield.
They did. We discussed this on the knock-on. We said that, do they care about the minor premiership?
I mean, they packed that stadium out. Their fans were there to see an effort. And they watched their team get punked by Grant Anderson. And second-string players, Geez,
that fullback they named, Ryan Pappenhausen, I believe his name is?
Yeah.
He's got a future.
He's
their third-string fullback this season, it's worth noting.
Man.
But on a serious note, if the Sharks were in a similar situation, and Brisbane haven't won anything for a long, long time, you go there, you win the minor premiership, you tell me that, they couldn't have played Herbie Farnworth or Tony Staggs or both. They're not blokes that are going to make 40 hit-ups or even 20 hit-ups. Okay, if you get injured, you could get injured playing with your kids, mowing your lawn,
training,
cutting, anything.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe they rested so much.
Yeah.
I get it. I get while players that have injuries or knocks, you can't tell me that all 8 or 9 they rested have knocks. Yeah, they got arrogance, they got what they got, and now they have to play Melbourne again with 8 straight losses or something?
Pop quiz for you. When was the last time, not the premiership, when was the last time the Brisbane Broncos won a minor premiership?
Darren Lockyer was there. They talked about it the other night. So early 2000s?
Like literally the year 2000.
Well, there you go.
Their last premiership 2006. Now they're right in the premiership race this year.
Absolutely.
But I think they're still second string.
Well, look, now if they lose, they've got to go through Penrith, which is huge. Now, I want to have a quick go here at Penrith fans, as I do love. up until about 9:15 on Thursday night, all we heard is that the minor premiership doesn't matter. Who cares? As soon as that try was scored, it's all that mattered, and Penrith thrown out a full-strength team and win and cheer, and as they should, because the minor premiership does mean something.
Yeah.
Brisbane got what they deserved.
Yeah, no, it absolutely means something. Brisbane got what they deserved, and congratulations to the Penrith Panthers. Minor premiers, 2 years in a row, 3 out of the last 4 years. The dominance is really here. Now, we've been a little bit hard on the men and now women in the middle of the park who control our game, but I want to give a shout out to the referees this weekend. Now, Belinda Sharp, Casey Badger, congratulations. I thought Belinda Sharp was sensational on Friday night.
Yes.
Yep, I thought she was really good.
I don't disagree with that 100%.
Now, she didn't have much to do because the Tigers...
Yeah, look, and people are going, why did it take them so long? Why are they doing games that don't matter? Okay, those that have never watched rugby league before, this is how they blood referees. Male, female, rookies, always get the games at the end of the year that can't affect, for obvious reasons. Open your eyes. Now, I saw some people come in and say, Belinda Sharp missed this, she missed that. Every mistake that was made was a touch judge error.
Yeah.
There were some forward passes, and there were just some despicable forward passes, and for a little bit I felt just a little bit sorry for the Tigers, and then I thought, no. But all the errors were forward passes, which is who? The touch judge, which were who? Males.
Yeah.
Jared, I just want to be straight up here. We're going to treat Belinda Sharp and Casey Badger exactly the same. We saw some people come out and go, they can't because they're women, and then people were kind of, no, you can't, bag them because they're women. We're going to treat them exactly the same, as they want to be treated and as they should be.
Yeah. Belinda Sharp is going to cop the same criticism as we would give Ashley Klein, as we'd give our favourite referee, Todd Smith.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Now, again, as you said about Todd Smith, he was blooded from New South Wales Cup. He took the main events in the New South Wales Cup and the State Cup, and then he got back into games, and then they said, hey, you know what? This guy's actually really good referee. So, congratulations to both of them. Casey Badger,
Exceptional.
Exceptional, really good.
You know what? I didn't notice her.
No.
And that is the perfect thing to say for a referee.
And again, someone turned around and said, well, how did she award that try to Matt Burton when he clearly lost it over the line? Because she didn't have a view of it, and she turned to her touchy, and the touchy turned around and said, award it, because it can get overturned.
Yeah.
Bang, so she awarded it.
I thought they were both...
I thought they were great. Now, Ashley Klein, again, comes in for some criticism. I thought he did all right. Grant Atkins came back to our game. Now, Grant Atkins... I didn't notice him during the game. He had one big decision to make, and he absolutely nailed it, and that was the Sebastian Chris send-off.
Didn't even think about it either.
No.
Hey, was it what I thought it was? Yep, off. Perfectly handled.
Now let's get on to the one big decision that Grant Atkins had to make. Sebastian Chris, the tackle, the send-off, the spear tackle, one of the worst tackles I've ever seen. I'm going to let you go first because I have seen some things and I've got plenty to say about it.
Completely fair. Instant off. One of the worst tackles I've ever seen. Pure luck that it wasn't a big injury. Now, a couple of years ago, or maybe even last year, Nathan Cleary was sent off for a spear tackle. This was worse.
Yep.
I think he got 5 or 6 weeks. I think Chris is looking at 8. And he knew straight away, to his credit. Now, I know what you're going to say, so I'll stick away from it. As the tackle was made, and as Katoa hit the ground, Jesse Ramien ran in with intent to kill. And I say that with a fair bit of seriousness. The look in his eyes, he was going to snot Sebastian Chris, as is your, Sebastian Chris immediately said sorry, put his hands down, and Ramien pulled him up and lifted him up. And Chris said sorry 3 or 4 times, knew he was gone, started walking, walked off. And I know Jack Whiten was close and he grabbed Chris to console him. I get it. The tackle was despicable. If Katoa is injured in that tackle, I'm calling for Chris to be rubbed out, gone, a year, 2, gone from the game. That was as bad as it gets. I think the fact that there was no injury makes you think, okay, cool, but you still got to go 8 weeks. Now,
I've seen some people turn around and say that Katoa's momentum contributed to that and that all Chris was trying to do was put a big shot on. That's not my problem.
Doesn't matter.
That's not my problem. And Katoa's momentum had nothing to do with that. He caught the ball, fell over, got up, and then got thrown on his head. I don't care that Sebastian Chris showed remorse straight away. I don't care that he said he was sorry. I don't care that he was apologetic about it. It was a disgusting tackle, and your apology means jack shit. Okay? Now, it was gross. And I know he's a clean skin, so he's probably going to get like a discount at the... I'd be referring that straight to the judiciary and saying there's no discount offered here for you.
Oh, completely fair.
That was pathetic. And I understand at 10-6 you're trying to put a shot on to get your team back into the game or whatever it was, but that is as bad as it gets. And I'm glad that the Sharks players refrained from punching him.
Mm-hmm.
But if 4 or 5 blokes had landed one on him, I wouldn't have cared. Absolutely wouldn't have cared. That is, you could have seen a player seriously injured from that. We saw the one that happened to GI. Mm-hmm. We saw the Nathan Cleary one. They're gross, and that can't be allowed to happen. If he cops anything less than 6 weeks, it's a farce.
He won't. He'll cop 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
The tackle was, like you said, it's one of the worst we've ever seen. Mm-hmm. We're sitting here in a relaxed mode, only pure luck.
Yeah. Right, Dan, let's have a little bit of fun.
Yeah,
have a little bit of fun.
Be a little bit serious.
It was serious. It was, it's very rare that we're serious on here. We're going to name our team of the year. 1 to 13.
No discussion. There's nothing written down here.
There's literally no discussion whatsoever. Now, I've put this on you. Like it was a Friday night and I had 6 beers and you were really attractive. No suspensions, so everyone's fair game. You can name Chad Townsend as your halfback of the year if you want to.
Fantastic, thank you so much.
Likewise, you can name Scott Drinkwater. Now, I want full team of the year, then I want the coach of the year, your player of the year, and the rookie of the year. Fullback of the year, who are you going with?
Reece Walsh, and I think it's pretty easy.
I too am going for Reece Walsh. I just feel really sorry that he's not going to get the
one that he'll get. Yeah.
Winger number 1.
Jermaine Asako, I think he's been spectacular in an otherwise dire side.
Yeah. I too am going Jermaine Asako. You lead the competition in tries and points in a team that, again, was expected to do nothing but be up there collecting a wooden spoon. I think he was fantastic. First centre.
Hold on, shit.
Centres. This is a really tough one because I've narrowed it down to 3 centres. And one of them, no one really stood out this year.
Herbie Farnworth.
Herbie Farnworth is also...
I think he's been absolutely tremendous. And there was talk pre-season that Katoni Staggs was going to be the one. Mm-hmm. For me, it was Herbie.
All right, Dan, who's your second centre?
I was struggling so much that I actually had to go back to the one that I set for 0 tackles. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to leave you to break it because I agree.
Yeah. My centre of the year, and I think he's the best centre in the game at the moment, but Stephen Crichton.
I agree. I have him here in case you're wondering.
I was going to go with Matt Timoko.
He was very, very good.
I was trying to get Matt Timoko into the team, but I thought he was really good sort of beginning to middle of the year.
He's a fantastic player. I actually really like Matt Timoko.
I didn't. This year has made me stand up and take notice, but I haven't noticed him for a while now, so it's Stephen Crichton and Herbie for me. Who's your other winger?
Well, I want you to say yours because I think I'm going to annoy you with my answer, but please.
Well, Dan was trying to tell me, now we've done 7 cuts on this because we nearly had a punch up, but Dan was trying to tell me that Brian Toto was better than Greg Marju or Dominic Young.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were, and I've got the film.
Yeah, no, look, it wasn't who I meant.
We're going to send it out. I struggled with this, with Greg Marju or Dominic Young. I'm going to go with Dominic Young just because he did a backflip over the line.
Yeah, that was like the try of the millennium. I don't hate that, but for me it's Dallin Watene-Zelezniak. He was spectacular. And I knew there was a player that I had and I couldn't remember who it was. Dallin.
Yeah,
sure.
Look, now that I think about it, probably DWZ, but I'm pretty happy with Dominic Young on
you can't get wrong with either of those two.
5/8 of the year.
Please, after you.
It's the one and only. It's the best player in the game, Cam Munster.
I've actually put Ezra Mam. I thought Ezra Mam was brilliant this year.
But he wasn't as good as Cam Munster.
I think Cam Munster was a little bit under. And
you see Cam Munster's the best player in the game?
If I could have any player in the game, it would be Cam Munster. But this year, it's Ezra Mam.
Was it Matt Moylan?
No.
Was it Jerome Luai? Was it Matt Burton?
He's actually... Luai's okay, not Matt Burton. But Ezra Mam for me, but I would be happy with Cam
Halfback
Munster.
of the year?
Sean Johnson, and I don't think it's particularly hard.
No, I actually do. And I feel really, really sorry for Daly Cherry Evans. Because if you have a look at his pure overall numbers this year, Cherry Evans has been elite.
Oh, he's been good.
He has been elite. He didn't get the Origin hangover. No. Captains that team brilliantly. But I too have gone Sean Johnson. for this. Who is your first prop?
Payne Haas.
Yeah,
I think it's extremely easy, and the props are the easiest ones to pick.
Prop is the easiest one to pick. Now, I've really struggled with the number 9, and then I realised that Harry Grant is alive.
Yeah.
And so my number 9 of the year is Harry Grant.
Harry Grant, no discussion needed. He is head and shoulders well. I thought App Carousel was very good.
Yep.
But with the greatest respects to Appy, he didn't have the season he did last year.
No, honourable mention to Wade Egan as well. I thought he was brilliant for the
Very good.
Warriors.
And Marsh King was good prior to injury, but...
And speaking of the Warriors, Adam Fanua-Blake is my other...
Adam Fanua-Blake, and look, I know, but in terms of football, wow.
Yeah. Back row number 1. I'll let you kick this one off.
David Fafita. I thought
Fafita.
he has been tremendous in an otherwise terrible side, and I think that goes without saying.
Second back row.
Britton Nickera.
Britton Nickera.
Yeah, I think he too has been very, very good in the side that's under.
Shout out to Homoli Oluwakawatu, but Britton Nickera's pure numbers, tries, tackles, everything that he does, he makes more tackles, more tackle breaks, more line
If the
breaks.
season went 3 more weeks, I think Oluwakawatu gets in, because the way he's played the last couple, oh my.
Homoli.
Yeah.
And your look forward?
Isaiah Yo.
Yeah, it's not hard. We've only got one difference.
Yeah, wow.
Wow, I
There
didn't
we
see
go.
that coming at all.
That's
and probably
terrible.
if I had my time back, I'd pick Dallin, but I'm pretty happy
There you
with
go,
Tom
and
Gunn.
they're and just to break a little bit of news, that is my zero tackle side of the year. Except I've got Kalen Ponga in at fullback because we had suspension rules. So
Right, okay. Very
But for the record, we've absolutely nailed it, and go DWZ.
good. Who is your coach of the year?
Andrew Webster.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get the award, you can chuck it out the window.
Yeah. Andrew Webster, not Todd Payton.
No, he's still talking.
Now, Andrew, when you get your award, thank your mum, your dad, thank the Warriors, thank the Panthers for release, and
Get
get
off.
off the stage. Rookie of the year?
Taruva.
Yeah.
I flipped.
Yeah, I've
couple of
flipped about
times.
5 or 6 times.
I had Buller and I named Buller, and then I went back to go actually Taruva, and then I thought, nah, leave it at Buller. Taruva.
Yeah, you got Buller, you got Isaiah Katoa, I thought was really good,
Very
but
good.
yeah. Preston, but
He's
suspended.
gone now, yeah.
Tom Hazelton,
Very good.
yeah. Alofi Khan Pereira, but
Yeah, exceptional.
it is Taruva. Yeah. And your player of the year,
Sean Johnson.
Sean Johnson. Man,
Yeah, these are bloody good sides. I think there's going to be 1 or 2 shocks because
Yeah.
there always is. I think Nicker is probably the one who will
yeah,
miss
Nicker
out.
won't get in there.
And
Oluwakawatu will get in there.
obviously Walsh won't. But if it comes down to this or the
who's your
Dally M,
fullback? You've gone Ponga. I'll go Dylan Edwards.
yeah, completely fair. But I look, if you're looking and you see the Dally M team or you see ours
It's
is better.
ours. Yeah, absolutely. We've nailed that.
Terry,
Talk to me, Dan.
time to talk some black, white, and
Now,
blue.
I just need to thank you for the tickets.
Oh
The
yes,
family
absolutely.
enjoyed it. Also, shout out to Ben Dunn and Sam Shinazi. We had a couple.
Do you remember a
locals-
couple of years ago, Terry,
Yeah.
where you gave me no end of grief about not being a member, despite having 2 memberships
Yeah.
for me and
3
my
this year.
ill-advised girlfriend at the time. That's
Yeah.
another story. Had 3 this year. Now, as a member, you would have had tickets to yesterday's game,
Oh, I
correct?
had a Flexi 6 though, and I used them.
Sharks, eh?
Sharks, let's go. Look,
Professional.
the biggest crowd we had this year, 12,700.
Huge, monstrous.
Yeah.
Legitimately, though, it felt like a sellout.
It was. Now I got to the ground about an hour before kickoff,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh man, like I know they put the full house sign up, but geez, you know what I mean?
They come in late.
With 20 minutes to go, it was like sardines at Shark Park. So yeah, congratulations to everybody who turned up there. There wasn't much green. I've got to say I saw more Dragons jerseys there than I saw Raiders
Yeah,
fans.
fair enough. Got lost, eh?
But
Back over your
well,
side.
I mean, the Dragons were just going to watch a successful team.
Oh, yeah, they must there.
there we go.
Yeah, how's it feel?
Now the game in itself, man, really ordinary first half.
Hmm.
In fact, boring.
Now, I saw some people say that this was final football.
Didn't feel like
No, it
it.
wasn't. This was lack of attack football from
Yeah.
both sides, who both came in and looked like they didn't want to lose the game, but didn't want to win it either. Now, without jumping ahead too far, I never felt like Canberra were going to score, but I also never felt like Cronulla were going to score until we got the man advantage, and then 50 was over.
I honestly, part of me felt like Cronulla were in that game going, we don't want to win this game because we can just go down to Canberra next week and beat you, but because we don't want to play the Roosters.
Yeah,
that was a bit, and everyone on the hill was talking about it.
I actually had a theory going in that might happen, but you can't go to Canberra where we haven't won in 27 years against a team who were beating us, which would have been 11 times in a row, and send Wade Graham out a loser as we did Paul Gallen and go down and expect to, because you got to think, you make finals, you got to make the grand final, blah, blah, blah. Now, I don't think we will, full disclosure, but if we lose the Roosters next week, okay, fine. But if we went to Canberra and lost to them again, I don't think I'm coming back next year.
Now, I'm looking at that Canberra team that got named today, right? And I'm looking at the Cronulla team that got named today. And if we played 20 times in a row, Cronulla are winning that game 20 times in a row, right? I've got no doubt that if we had thrown the game, we go down to Canberra and win that by 20. Especially, and now that Chris isn't going to play for them.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They had to win.
I know,
you cannot go into a final series
that
on
was
the back.
Crap game.
Yeah, on the back of 2 losses.
Yeah.
And
second half, everything clicked.
Look, Cronulla just, they were better all day.
I do want to say a big congratulations to Hophea Puru.
He played really well.
Good. He put some shots on for Canberra. So, but yeah, look,
big future.
Yeah, second half, you never really felt challenged. There was a point in the first half where it just felt like Canberra were attacking our line, and we repelled.
Yeah, some good defence.
So at that point they go into the second half with their spine of Jordan Rapana, who, fantastic player, but not much of a ball player, Frawley Fogarty and Zach Wolford with Tom Starling. I didn't feel threatened in that. I always thought that Cronulla could go over the top of them. Completely
fair, but you look at Rapana jumping over Connor Tracy. If Nicho Hines doesn't make that ankle tap, he scores.
Yep.
Different game. There's also a time where they ran right round Sione Katoa out wide and Nicho Hines made an ankle tap and Sebastian Chris stood on the line by about that far. They score there. It's 18-6 or 18-4.
Yeah, with that kick though, Connor had that kick covered. The kick back in field when he actually kicked it when he was out.
Yeah, but
he had that covered.
Yeah, but if Nicho didn't make that tackle, he goes round and passes it to an unmarked player. Nicho Hines kept us in that game. Now I saw some people say, "Geez, he's been quiet." Okay, he didn't have 7 try assists. He saved 2 tries, which is as good. And then when they had the player sent off, he's like, "Okay, let's just get this over with now. I want an early rest." And I have no doubt in the world they would have taken him off early, regardless of who was on the bench. Except obviously what happened. He had to go back to fullback. But Nicho Hines was tremendous today. I thought Connor Tracy was pretty good. I thought Jack Williams was very good. And other than that, maybe Jesse Ramon was the only player you look and think, geez, he was good. And everyone else was just okay.
Jesse Ramon was the best player on the park by a country mile.
He had 15 tackle breaks, and 8 of them came in that one run.
Now, yeah, I know. And now congratulations as well to Jesse Ramon. His partner and him gave birth on Saturday night. So he got his Father's Day.
He got one.
They named the baby Jack Whiten. Yeah, God, he monstered him.
Yeah, he did.
He absolutely monstered him.
Whiten actually worried me when he was named in the centres, and then Jesse goes, Dan, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I've got it taken care of.
Yeah, now Jesse Ramon is elected for violence for the last couple of weeks, and if we can get this going into finals, that is the Jesse Ramon that you want to have. Look, it wasn't pretty, but a win's a win. Now,
yeah, absolutely.
Now, we finished the season in 6th. Yep. Spoiler alert, pre-season, you and I had the Sharks at 4th. Now, we host a home final. It is at Shark Park, and I've seen people blowing up saying, shouldn't be at Shark Park, Why shouldn't it be at Shark Park?
No, there is no argument, Alan.
Yeah, there's no reason why the game isn't at Shark Park. Now, here's a hot tip for Roosters fans. If you wanted to go to a finals game that you're hosting, probably should have gone.
Look, there's a thought. Yeah, now, it's ridiculous.
I saw some really, really strange takes on this, right? So I was listening to Triple M, I was listening to the 2 o'clock game, and they were talking about it before the kickoff. And Gordon Taylor said that the game should be sent to Allianz, right? And that for the first 24 hours that the tickets go on sale, they're only released to Sharks fans. And then everything after that is fair game, right? So he was saying, if the Sharks are really worried about it, you go get 50,000 tickets and, you only have your fans in there. I don't agree with that.
That's dumb.
Now, then Dan Ganane turned around and said, the game should be, Cronulla can take the game anywhere. They can take the game to Combank. They can take the game to Homebush. And Gordon Taylor said, no, they can only take the game to Allianz because of the Roosters. Cronulla aren't in the finals to worry about the Roosters' feelings. Now,
No.
We're going to get the full allocation. Our members are going to snap these tickets up there, and there'll probably be about 100, maybe 200 Roosters fans.
Yeah, there would have been anyways.
And yeah, I know they're all turning around and going, "Oh, we've got to go to the swamp." You ain't going to travel. You don't go to games. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, Alan.
It was you and the Souths on Friday night, and you couldn't even sell that ground out.
That was despicable, that crowd. 36,000 for that game.
Yeah.
All I heard all week, and I said, was this is the biggest rivalry.
It's not.
When they ran out, I said there'll be 60,000 there tonight, and when they announced the crowd, I was like,
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
Yeah, so 1 and 2, 5 and 6 get to host. If you want to go and see your team play a finals game, hope they go better than 7. And they, you know what? A couple of weeks ago, you and I both wrote the Roosters off, saying their season was done and dusted. They used a 3-game winning streak to get into the finals at 7th.
Shut up.
Yeah,
you know what we could have done? We could have taken the game to Perth. Because we're 1-0 over there, and that would have really annoyed Roosters.
Yeah, like we could honestly take the game anywhere we want, and we've taken it to Shark Park. So
as we have earned the right to do.
Now,
good stuff.
Now, as our season continues, the NRLW, their season's officially over.
Yeah, they're done. They were okay.
Yeah.
Brisbane are a very good team. Going in, you looked at your Brisbanes, you looked at Newcastle, and you looked at, obviously, the Roosters. They were your 3, and we were going for 4.
And they're the top 3 right now.
Yeah, surprise. And then, the Titans have kicked on that I got to admit I didn't see coming, and Canberra have exceeded all expectations. Now, I think we're sitting second last at the moment or third last, because the Cowboys are not much good, and Parramatta got absolutely flogged. But the Drags have actually jumped us.
Did they win?
They did, and they jump us. They beat the Cowboys. Which
Oh,
makes this Thursday's game at Cronulla, Thursday night, again, a must-win for us because we cannot lose to the Dragons and finish.
Now, is this game going to be on Channel 9?
It will be. It's a Thursday night game.
Are we going to go?
I'll be there.
Yeah, sweet. I'll be there.
No, you'll be with me. We'll see you there. Let's pack it out.
I won't. I'm going to Queensland.
Of course.
Won't be there.
I will be there.
Dan will be there.
So
Producer Dids will be there.
Make sure you get down there because that'll be a real fun game. And the first derby, bit heated because they were oh yeah, Emma's leaving, yay, behind the scenes. Yeah, not so much. They got a superstar Tegan Berry who we have to watch out for. They call her Flash, I believe.
Our Jersey Flag boys went to Cogra on Father's Day and got absolutely belted, 44 points to 22.
Yep.
The season's alive though.
They will go to week 2 by default, which is great.
They
play
the Parramatta Eels.
who rinsed the Penrith. So Penrith are out in both New South Wales Cup and Flag after winning both last year. So that's a bit fun, but they're going to have to improve this week, that's for sure, because Parramatta come good.
Now, I think there's a big gap between 3rd and 4th in the flag this year, and so Cronulla can really go and right that wrong and show it. They've handled Parramatta twice this year.
Yeah, and then we can go back and play the Bulldogs again.
Please. It wasn't the best game, and you could just see towards the end of it, the boys were just like, whatever, let's just, go and beat Parramatta and right this wrong.
And then play likely the Bulldogs again, and hopefully have a crack at the Roosters, who I think deserve to win that title. They've been very good. But we're alive. We're through to week 2, which is good. Let's hope the main boys can see them there.
Damn.
Talk to me, Terry.
I don't have to tip the Tigers this week.
That's a shame for
It's
everybody.
time for some top sport tips. We're here for finals.
He's on.
Now, last week, we only tipped 1 game different.
Yep.
We ended up in a draw this year.
Cool.
Can't split us.
Fantastic.
We are
I dare
amazing.
anyone to fact check that.
Yeah, I dare anyone.
Dare
everyone.
ya.
I dare you to go back and watch all of our shows and get our views up even more.
Please.
Now, finals football, as you said, got rid of the Drek.
4 games.
4
Well,
games.
there's one direct team, but Newcastle will take care of them. Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Let's start. Friday night.
Game of the round.
Is it?
They're all good.
Probably. The Brisbane Broncos are hosting the Melbourne Storm again. All the stars will come back. The big question, who is the fullback for the Melbourne Storm?
Nick Meaney.
Nick Meaney. Ryan Pappenhausen on the bench for you?
Oh, absolutely. Because if they're behind with 10 minutes to go and you put Ryan Pappenhausen on, watch out.
Yeah, also as well, though, if they're behind by like 20, I wouldn't even bother with it.
No, absolutely not. This is if Pappenhausen's fit, he plays the grand final. This game's going to be fun.
It is.
And I dare say maybe a little bit better quality than the one we saw this past week, which wasn't as bad as we thought it might be. But do Brisbane look at that and think, geez, we haven't beaten them in a while, or is it just doesn't matter?
I think it's a little from column A and a little from column B because they can look at that game and go, geez, we haven't beat Melbourne for a while, but, we sent out Burley.
Yeah, that game doesn't count, but I'm just talking in general.
This is a bunny. Absolutely.
Bunny, yep.
Yeah. The Broncos, they just cannot get over the Melbourne Storm. Whatever Melbourne do, Brisbane they can't get over it. And so on that note, I'll pick the Brisbane Broncos.
I think they're going to end the hoodoo.
I think they have to.
Well, if they don't, they're screwed.
Yeah, if they don't, that's their season done and dusted. It's hard. So how do you pick against Cam Munster and Jerome Hughes, who get to the finals every year and they know what to do? I'm just going to pick the Broncos.
How do you tip against them? You don't. Melbourne for me. I think they go on to host a prelim, and that is one
And they
trip.
get in the grand final.
Yeah, you do not want to be making.
Wow. Okay.
I think this might be game of the round. With all seriousness.
Now, 4:00 Saturday afternoon. Now, just think about this. When you ask yourself the question, why are Penrith playing New Zealand at 4:00 in the afternoon? We'll give you two words: time differential. It's 6:00 in New Zealand. It's prime time television. This is, oh man.
Obviously, you play the early game because you don't want an 8 o'clock kickoff, kicking off at 10 p.m. across the ditch. This is perfect. They've got all 4 games right. The Wars, as they call them, have had a tremendous season, but I think it's reality check time. I think Penrith whop them.
Right, so let's just, you already said that you think Newcastle are going to beat the Raiders, and we'll get, so you're looking at the Warriors versus Newcastle. I think the Warriors go out in straight sets.
Not in across there.
Yeah, no, I genuinely...
But that's the game I want more than anything else in the world. I don't care who wins that game.
Yeah. I generally think they go out in straight sets. I think they're this year's Cronulla.
Yeah, look, completely fair, and that's not disrespecting the Warriors or what they've done. I just think that now it gets very serious, and I think Penrith have proven that despite that loss to Parramatta, which I have my theories on, they will kick up.
Now, I did say that this Warriors team is the only team that I can see challenging the Panthers, so they go getting up for it.
Yeah, like in a one-off game, absolutely. They could very well win this game, but they won't.
They won't. Penrith, out in Penrith, it's going to be a tremendous battle.
Oh, yeah.
But now, speaking of battles,
Game of the round.
yeah, 7:30 Saturday night, Shark Park, where it should be. The Sharks against the Roosters. Can Cronulla finally win a finals game?
No.
No.
I think I think the Chooks get us, but I'm happy with what we've done, to be honest.
I'm not, but anyway.
I think looking at the start of the season, if you said we bounce out in the first round, I'm disappointed. But given where we were 8 weeks ago, I'm crawling to this. I think the Roosters have got a far better side. No, they'll enter favourites. I think that's the one potential upset this weekend. But Cronulla should beat them. At home, it'll be an overwhelmingly black, white and blue crowd, as it damn well should be. We got the players in form. They do too, to a certain extent. But, I mean, Luke Keary's only played one good game in a couple of weeks. Tedesco's been up and down. Manu may or may not play. Their forward pack's depleted. There's no reason Cronulla can't win this game. I just don't think we will.
Yeah, I don't think we will either. I just think they've got a bit too much talent across the park. Again, though, we've got the bench that can change the game. And if we're still in the game... in the first 20 minutes, our bench comes on, it changes the game. I thought Fitzgibbon's use of the interchange was really good.
Kafusi was good too.
Yeah, really good. Thank God we didn't have Moylan. You can't take Moylan into the finals.
No, the team he named this week's the team we run with.
Apart from maybe Connor Tracy may be out. If Will Kennedy is fully fit, he comes back. If he's not, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. Now, we forgot to mention this before. There's people talking that Hines has to go back to fullback. No, you don't move your halfback.
Dan Atkinson, anyone.
Just play Eero at fullback and just catch and run.
Put Ronaldo at fullback, put Eero on the wing, I don't care. Do not bring Moylan back into the game. Do not move Nico Hines out of the 7.
Easy.
Roosters.
And
Sunday afternoon, the Newcastle Knights host the Raiders. And if you think that the Raiders looked bad against Cronulla, they will get fucking annihilated in this game.
Their pants will be pulled down and their bottoms smacked. Newcastle are on fire and Canberra suck.
I genuinely would not be surprised if this game was over at halftime and Newcastle had 30.
Yeah, this is going to be flogging up there, and this crowd is going to be so big and so loud.
If you want a juicy multi, just pick every Newcastle player to score a try.
I think you get more than you don't. I'm so confident in this. Canberra do not deserve to play finals. They have just been despicable all year. They've just won a few games by a couple of points. See you later, Canberra, and see you later, Ricky Stewart. Paul Crawley can't save you now.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by our good friends at Top Sport. Don't forget to like and subscribe everywhere you can. Keep the comments coming in, keep the views, keep everything going. We're on a roll here, Dan. I don't want the season to end.
No, me neither. I hate when there's no rugby league on. But you know what it is time for?
What?
Finals rugby league, baby.